Meet the computer you can talk to. With Copilot on Windows, working, creating, and collaborating is as easy as talking. Got writer's block? Share your screen with Copilot Vision to help spark inspiration, and use Copilot Voice to have a conversation and brainstorm ideas. Or maybe you need some tech help. With Copilot Vision, Copilot sees what you see. Let Copilot talk you through step-by-step guidance so you can master new apps, games, and skills faster. Try now at windows.com/Copilot.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. Enjoy comfortable rooms and friendly service when you stay with Hilton instead. Save up to 25% this season when you book with Hilton. Hilton for the stay. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The transition from post-secondary education to life in the real world can be an interesting time. You go from learning to working, from studying to earning a living, and if you happen to graduate from a certain academy, you go from terrorizing lieutenants to terrorizing watch commanders. Grab your backpacks and Kevlar. It's time for our first assignment to see if Police Academy 2 is not that bad. Welcome one and all to It's Not That Bad, the podcast that looks for A grades and B movies. Hello to all of our listeners in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and around the world. How the heck you guys doing? All right. Clearly you have a appetite for punishment because you're back for another week of Police Academy goodness. This week it is Police Academy 2, their first assignment, and here on assignment herself to cover this film, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
Yes, Captain.
Oh, Captain, my cap. No. We're not doing the Dead Poet Society here because that's a good movie. We don't talk about good movies here.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
There was no drill sergeant. You had watch commanders. You had captains. Yeah, you're now delving into more like military school.
I know.
This is not it. This is not that.
Yes, sir. I am reporting for duty, sir.
Oh, there's the hooks we were looking for.
I love hooks.
All right,
the best.
Last week we started our 7-week journey with the very first Police Academy film. Now we're here, just 1 year later, because the first one was released in 1984, this one in 1985. Your thoughts overall jumping into the sequel? Because I know that Police Academy 4 was your jam. Were you excited for Police Academy 2?
Well, this was definitely a first watch. I've never seen it. It was tonality was very different from the first and the fourth. So it kind of took a bit of a turn from what I expected. From the series.
Yeah, but to the same token as well, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about this a little bit, there were a lot of familiar gags for us to kind of delve into, because when you're in Police Academy world, you want to stay in Police Academy world. But before we dive further into Police Academy world, it is time to take the second installment of this comedic franchise and trailerize it.
On these mean streets, life is hard. Gangs roam the alleyways, terrorize shop owners, and bring nothing but crime and fear. Luckily, that guy from WKRP knows just what to do. Call that guy from Punky Brewster and get a bunch of new cops transferred to his precinct. Now, Mahoney and crew are back to mete out justice the only way they know how. By doing the absolute bare minimum of police work and spending all their time putting a scumbag commanding officer in his place. Like the song says, second verse, Same as the first, but a little bit louder. Thanks, Bobcat. And a little bit worse. Thanks, Mauser. This unequal sequel is reporting for duty. It's Police Academy 2, their first assignment. Rated PG-13 for Proctor's a Goof.
Yeah, we have a lot to delve into with this one, but let's get into who is in this film first. The movie stars Steve Guttenberg, Bubba Smith, David Graff, Michael Winslow, Bruce Mailer, Marion Ramsey, and George Gaines, all coming over from the very first Police Academy, but new to the franchise. Howard Hessman, Colleen Camp, Art Matrano, Peter Van Norden, Lance Kinsey, Tim Kazurinsky, and of course, Bobcat Goldthwait. However, there's an almost starring in this role. In the role of Zed, as played by Bobcat Goldthwait, Bill Paxton turned the role down.
Oh, but they made such a great choice with Bobcat.
Oh, they did?
So great.
I'd be interested to see what Bill Paxton would have done with that role, but you're right. Like, it's hard to not picture Bobcat Goldthwait in that role.
Well, he so needed to be there because, I mean, see later episodes.
Oh, exactly.
He needed to be there.
But that's the thing, that apparently that was the reason why Bill Paxton turned it down, because to take the role meant that you were committing to future sequels, and Bill Paxton didn't want to do that. Bobcat was fine. That's why we got Bobcat later on in the franchise. Also, in the role of Proctor, this is the suck up second to Lieutenant Mauser.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this list of actors who were either auditioning or were under consideration: Jerry Seinfeld, Peter McNichol, and Tim Allen.
I can see that. I can see at least two of the three. I could see Tim Allen, and I can see possibly Jerry Seinfeld. You
know, and the funny thing is, of the three, I could most easily see Peter McNichol in that role.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. This almost feels like a role tailor-made for Peter McNichol, because he would have been fantastic in it, but we'll get to that role later.
I don't know, actually, if I could see Jerry Seinfeld, now that I think of it, as the suck-up. I could see him maybe more as, I don't know, like maybe even one of the baddies, one of the gang members, possibly.
Just make him a shop owner. What the hell is going on in the streets of the city?
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Oh, dear God.
But the shop owner.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about him later.
We will definitely get to him. The movie was directed by Jerry Paris, but it almost wasn't. Originally, James Signorelli was supposed to direct the film. Now, he, previous to this, had directed Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, but apparently the producers thought he was, quote-unquote, too edgy, and Jerry Paris finished the film. The movie had a budget of $7.6 million. Worldwide, made $55.6 million. When it was released on the March 29th, 1985 weekend, meaning that this is the 40th anniversary of Police Academy 2 this year, it debuted at number one with $10.6 million. Let me just talk about some of the other films that were debuting that week. Now, obviously, a lot of these were not in as many theaters as Police Academy 2, but I'm going to work from the bottom up. Debuting at number 15 with $1.3 million was The Slugger's Wife. Debuting in only 268 theaters at number 14 was Desperately Seeking Susan at $1.5 million. At number 11 was King David with $2.2 million. At number 6 was the re-release of Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi with $3.2 million. And the second highest grossing movie debuting in the theaters that week at number 4 with $3.7 million was the Care Bears movie.
Yay! Guess what I was watching back then?
Exactly. But I mean, like, some of the other films in here, like Mask was at number 2, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning at number 3, Porky's Revenge at number 5. Like, I'm quite nostalgic for 1985 because there's just some darn good films. But the reason why we are here, and not just because we are in the middle of our 7-week Police Academy run, are the critics? Over at Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a 32% tomatometer and a 43% popcorn meter. At IMDb, it sits at 5.8 for a 58% score. The Metascore over at Metacritic is at 39. Over at Letterboxd, 2.8 stars out of 5 for a 56% score. And at the movie database, it sits at 61 for an aggregate of 48.16%. So obviously lower than the original film. Is that 48.16% on target?
I can see that. I think in comparison, and I'm not even talking about 4 yet. I am comparing 1 and 2.
Right.
It seemed darker and grittier. It didn't seem as fun. And yes, it had a few of the gags. It had gags.
Oh, there were definitely gags in this. There were, going back to, and we talked about this last week, Siskel and Ebert. And I can't remember which one of them said it, but they said this film was an improvement on the previous one because it had 2 more laughs than the first.
Oh, wow.
I know, but remember that Roger Ebert had given the first one a 0-star rating, which meant that film had no laughs for him.
And they said it was unfunny.
They did say it was unfunny.
Yeah.
Which I think that is very incorrect because, yeah, the first film was very funny. This one does have its funny moments, but let's get into the breakdown.
When I'm prepping an upcoming episode on, say, Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti, I don't want to just hear that record. I want to feel it. And that's what the Andover Spin Duo delivers. It's a complete system. Turntable, plus the Spin Bass 2 speaker, real hi-fi components, not lo-fi junk. Just add your favorite album and the room comes alive. And the Spin Bass 2 is versatile. It works with your TV, CD player, or even Bluetooth streaming in and out. And yes, it comes with a remote. Already spinning? Well, step it up to the Spin Bass Max 2, or if you've got ears like mine from years of digging, the Andover One audiophile system is the high altar your records deserve. Pantheon listeners, get 15% off at andoveraudio.com/Pantheon. That's andoveraudio.com/Pantheon. So whether it's Zeppelin, Joni, or Coltrane, your records deserve better.
Hi, I'm here to pick up my son Milo. There's no Milo here.
Who picked up my son from school?
Streaming only on Peacock.
I'm gonna need the name of everyone that could have a connection.
You don't understand. It was just the 5 of us.
So this was all planned.
What are you gonna do? I will do whatever it takes to get my son back.
I honestly didn't see this coming. These nice people killing each other.
All Her Fault. A new series streaming now only on Peacock.
The Who's Down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
We start with Steve Guttenberg as Carey Mahoney once again returning to the franchise. Your thoughts on him on this one?
Isn't he great? He's really coming into the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, obviously, second movie, his involvement, and his role in the police cadet,
well, now they're actually officers, right?
Right, but in his class, in his squadron, I guess, if you will, he has really established himself.
Yeah.
And by this movie, he, again, his confidence and his, just the air of, it's not even like an ego. It's like the reverse. It's just this like confident, cool, collected, like he is definitely the unspoken leader.
Now, the funny thing is, according to IMDb, he was considering not coming back to this franchise for a sequel, but they rewrote the script and worked it out. They got him a little bit more money, and he was like, okay, I'm going to come back for the second one now. It's going to be fine. But here's what I find interesting in that some of the gags are still kind of repeated from the first one. There's still that us against them mentality within the precinct. But this to me isn't a Mahoney film. Now, go back to when we covered on this show Star Trek Generations. We were talking about how Star Trek as a whole, because it's an ensemble by its very nature, you had episodes that were Picard episodes, you had episodes that were Riker episodes, you had Deanna Troi episodes, where they were more the main focus throughout the season. Here you have an ensemble cast, and yeah, Mahoney was the center point of the first Police Academy, even though I think enough was shown of Hightower to, get him over with the audience. This to me isn't a Carey Mahoney film.
I would argue that because he was so pivotal in the takedown. He had the undercover work. What more could he have done? He was very much in place, right? Like how I'm curious.
Because I didn't find the actual taking down of the gang story, which is of course the A plot. I didn't find that to be as intriguing. And it really felt like they were trying to juggle taking down the street gang in order to be able to get the precinct out of their funk, at the same time as they're trying to juggle dealing with Mauser and giving him the what for with all the pranks. These coinciding A plots I didn't find as interesting. It's the B plot to me that kind of rounds out the ensemble. To me, this is a Tackleberry story.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. But very much, though, it's a Mahoney movie.
Oh, absolutely. It's a Mahoney movie. He's top billing on the poster. I do not disagree with that. But to the same token as well, when you have an ensemble cast, and apparently, like when they started making Police Academy films, the original idea was to make like 10 of them. They got to 7. But when you have an ensemble cast that is returning from the first film, what you want to do is you want to help develop the surrounding cast. So it's not just a very linear story with other characters on the side that really could be there or not be there, and it doesn't matter. Mahoney absolutely does still drive the A plot. I do not disagree with you at all, and I think he does it very well. But I found the B plot more interesting. Because if you're looking at this squad, these 6 former cadets now on their first assignment with the precinct, you want to treat them like a family. And you want to see the family get their equal share time on screen. And while Tackleberry was fun in the first one, they developed him a little bit more in this one.
I agree. I think I just saw the changeover from, instead of Hightower, that it was Tackleberry's second B-plot movie. But yet still very much a Mahoney movie.
Yeah. I mean, they also geared Mahoney more towards the pranks and the mission at hand to take down the gangs. Gone was any idea of a romantic plot. Of course, obviously Thompson is no longer here. Kim Cattrall is not in this film. Apparently there was a romantic line in mind for Mahoney with the seamstress, but apparently a lot of that was just thrown out the window.
I thought it was hilarious how they handled that with the balloon.
Yeah, but that's all
popped
it needed.
His ego.
Yeah, I think had you thrown a romantic storyline into the film with Mahoney, I think it detracts and it tries to spread the story too wide, like too many different angles going on with one character.
It wasn't necessary.
No, because
it definitely wasn't.
Because we had that with Tackleberry.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of David Graff returning as Tackleberry, your thoughts on him?
Isn't it nice to see that there's a person for everybody? He found his person.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, in the very first film, he was kind of like a one-dimensional character. He was the crazy guy. He was the gun nut, right? Now, he's still that guy, but they're adding so much depth to him.
But he found crazier, and her family is just as crazy.
Oh,
it works so well.
I'm going to draw the absolute crazy parallel that you could possibly think of for this film. Cars. Hear me out.
Oh, it's when Mater found love.
Well, not even just that, right? Think about it. The first Cars movie comes out, and yeah, of course, Lightning McQueen is the star, right? With the ka-chow, 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 right? But that's whatever. People came out of that film quoting Mater more because he was an interesting character. Tackleberry, kind of the same thing, right? Then Cars 2, well, people are really up on Tackleberry. We should make a Tackleberry film. That's what it is. This is like Tackleberry's Tall Tales is what it is.
Oh, wow.
He's Mater.
Aw.
Just a little gun happier.
He's a broken down dump truck or
if Mater
tow
was,
truck.
If Mater was a tank, a fully armed, very lethal tank, that would be Tackleberry.
No, that was Sarge.
I know, but no, Sarge was a Jeep, not a tank. I can't believe we're talking Pixar cars on the Police Academy 2 episode. But still, the thing is, you're taking a side character who people connected with in the first film and developing that character further with a love angle, as we got in Cars 2 as well. You are absolutely right there. But the moment when he meets Kirkland's family, and he just has this look of, I am the sanest person in this room, and I don't know how to handle this. Like, without saying a word, his eyes told the whole story. I think this film did so much justice to Tackleberry. It's fantastic for him.
Justice for Tackleberry.
Justice for Tackleberry. But since we're talking about Tackleberry finding love, we get our first new cast member that we're going to be talking about, Colleen Camp, playing Kathleen Kirkland. Now, if you don't know who Colleen Camp is, how dare you? I know you'll, Carrie, will remember her best as Yvette, the maid in the film Clue.
Ah, yes.
Your thoughts on Kirkland?
Oh, I absolutely loved everything from the moment that we met her. And, you know, at first she's like, don't call me sir. Mm-hmm. And she like flips her hair. And then when they both reach for the handcuffs, and then he makes the earrings, the handcuff earrings for her. That is their entire build of their relationship was adorable. And I'm totally applauding it.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where, you know, comedy 101, right? If you have a side character and you're plotting a love angle for them as a B plot kind of thing, you want to kind of find a character that kind of matches their cray-cray. Kirkland matches the cray-cray. Very similar to, if you remember the movie Dragnet, Alexandra Paul as Connie the virgin Connie Swale, and how she connected with Dan Aykroyd's character in that film, how they're both kind of like on the exact same level. It works for them because Tom Hanks's character was so not, you know, matching with those two. Here, you had Kirkland and Tackleberry on the same level. But I think the best thing about this is that there was a risk, I think, of, for lack of a better term, cutting and pasting from the first movie to the second movie. This could have been Callahan 2.0, but it wasn't. Because, of course, they did add a romantic angle. Not a, I'm going to take you for my own cave woman kind of angle, but a very sweet, kind of kooky, kind of weird, but it kind of works love angle. And I think that pulls it away from being just a Callahan knockoff. Bubba Smith returning as Hightower. Your thoughts on him?
Always fantastic.
I mean, he is.
There wasn't enough of him, though.
That's what I was going to say. Like, where the first film really took the time to help us get to know Hightower, right? Because mountain of a man, they turned him into a real sweet guy, but they did nothing with him in this film.
I don't think they had the space to.
That's the problem, yeah.
I'm okay with that because, as you mentioned, it was very much Tackleberry's movie or side plot.
Mahoney in the A plot, Tackleberry in the B plot.
which was okay. I mean, the fact that he was there meant everything because, you know, like he had been dismissed, but reinstated, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he won that medal at the end of the first police academy. So clearly he's doing okay. But I mean, like you took the time in the first film to really like Hightower, the character, connected well with the audience to the point of Bubba Smith got like second billing on the first movie. And here you take everything that you built up in the first film and you don't do anything with it. And you're right. You don't have the space to actually do anything with him. Like the biggest character development point you had is that when they were trying to go into the cave to go rescue Mahoney, and he's like, there's rats down there, and he just turns right around. Like they did nothing more with it than that, which is unfortunate because Bubba Smith is really good as Hightower.
Well, yeah, but it also, as you mentioned, allows for another family member of this squad to shine.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the fact that he was there and present in a lot of the scenes, I think was enough. I mean, you know, not everyone can. It's kind of like the guy with the glasses, the nerdy one in the first movie, and we're like, well, he was there.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't really an active part. I mean, this one, they gave him
a shotgun, and that was about it.
A few more roles. He's there.
Yeah.
But
Bruce
again,
Mailer as Fackler, and that's exactly what I said here. Again, there's barely anything here for this character to do except for be clumsy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Fackler, I think of every character in these first two films, Fackler is the most disposable of all the characters. And again, it's not that Bruce Mailer did anything bad with the characters, just they didn't give him anything to do except for accidentally shoot off a shotgun every now and then.
Well, then there was that really old guy who I was like, who the f*** is he? Where did he come from? I think he was like, he almost looked like the court, like,
stenographer?
Except he had a gun.
Yeah, that was Ed Herlihy playing Officer Dooley, and that's basically it. Old guy gets paired up with Fackler. They did that in the first film too. That's what happened when he was accidentally started the riot. He was on patrol with an older, lieutenant or whatever the rank of the officer was, and just there doing clumsy-ish. Michael Winslow returning as Jones. Your thoughts?
Always fantastic. I freaking loved. I loved the scene where he's trying to rescue Mahoney, and it's really his sound effects that are doing it. So it was fantastic.
I mean, not my favorite Jones scene in this film. Let's be honest. Every kid watching this film, and then they watch it again because it's Police Academy, would then go out and do some karate moves and do that whole you will fight me. You will do that now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, tell me, every kid wasn't doing that thing on the playground.
Oh, my God.
They
You're absolutely
were, right? This is, that karate fight scene is the funniest moment in this film. Funnier than the only thing I can say is like great disarming of a nation that was the love scene between Tackleberry and Kirkland. Funnier than any scene with Bobcat Goldthwait in it.
Funnier than the hairy palms.
Funnier than the hairy palms, and every prank pales in comparison to the karate fight scene for Jones. And the thing is, it was really well done too.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Like, this is probably one of the two laughs that Ebert and Siskel had mentioned for this film, because it's a fantastic moment. Marion Ramsey once again returning as Hooks. Isn't it kind of the same story with her though?
You know what though? I think they gave her so much more. They established her.
Did they?
She was the 911 call operator, and that moment where Mahoney's in trouble and the other guy is trying to cut in, and she punches him. Like, damn, girl, you go.
Yeah. And it's funny. I even put in like that, except for when she knocks out Proctor, that was gold.
Yeah.
But I feel like the dynamic they created between Mauser and Hooks was a copy paste from the first film with Harris and Hooks in that dynamic. Like, let's develop her more, right? Let's give her some more. Why is she so quiet? What is she like away from the precinct?
But you know what? I don't know. I just take it for what it is, but I loved seeing that they gave her a bit more strength and a bit more.
You just love the fact that she punched Proctor.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. I'm totally applauding.
Art Matrano as Lieutenant Mauser. Tell me this isn't just Harris 2.0.
He looks so familiar. What is he from?
Art Matrano, who's actually been around quite a bit. Aside from being in Police Academy 2 and then eventually Police Academy 3, he's also appeared in things like The A-Team, Joni Loves Chachi,
yes.
Wonder Woman, The Incredible Hulk, All in the Family, Starsky and Hutch, like the original TV series. Like he was around quite a bit. He was even in Bonanza as well. So, I mean, he's been around, and I'm sure it's one of those things where it's like you see him, you know the face, but it's almost like they wanted to have Harris there, but they didn't get G.W. Bailey, so they just gave the same script to this guy.
Yes and no. I think he certainly brought a whole other level of sleaze. He just had that like very definable, chiseled facial features, and I knew I've seen him somewhere. An A-Team is what I'm thinking. So he was definitely recognizable. I think, you know what? He played it so well. And I think the fact that the whole shower scene was like, that was just his comeuppance.
He improv that song, though, apparently.
Oh.
But again, this is one of those things where I think the biggest knock on this film is that we've been there and we've done that with some of these characters, right? And while the gags are in some cases different, but still it's the same power dynamic between Mauser and the squad as it was with Harris and the squad.
I don't know. I thought they took it to another level, having him like have to run through the precinct naked with his hands attached to his hair.
You can't do the same gag over and over and over again, right? Because then it's like you would never make it to 7 films.
Well, exactly. But it gave it a whole new kind of almost grittier comedy. Like they really kind of crossed a few lines.
It was a little raunchier, I'll admit. But
Yeah.
I mean, but not as completely and utterly. Like, obviously there was a little bit of titillation thrown in for the first one. There really wasn't that for this. It was just a bit more raunchy frat house kind of comedy.
I just think in general, when you think about the shopkeep and his like 10-point security system, and you've got roaming gangs, in the streets. I think they really tried to make this part of town like really kind of gritty, really seedy.
Yeah, like the wrong side of the tracks, the wrong part of town. And yeah, Mauser being just the complete and utter kiss ass that he is, trying to weasel his way into the captaincy. I mean, that makes sense. It's kind of what Harris was trying to do as well, because there were those moments where he was caught sitting in the commandant's chair. I just found the personality of Mauser repetitive from what the first film brought us.
But he also wasn't like an ass kiss. He was more...
He absolutely... They called him an ass kiss in the very first scene.
No, but you know what? He was a little bit more... He wasn't such an ass kiss. He was more like a conniving backstabber.
He absolutely was an ass kiss, because when you had like the superior officer coming in and giving Captain Lassard the 30 days in order to be able to take down this gang, he's right there, like trying to weasel his way in order to be able to get that captaincy. Like there's ass kissing and conniving. You're absolutely right there. But it still felt a little too Harris to me.
Yeah, I just say to defend, like, it's not like he's ass kissing and kissing up, because he would sooner stab you in the back, like, and
he would steal
your potato chips.
He would stab Captain Lassard in the chest. What he would do.
Yes, and then that's the thing. You can see it coming with him.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Captain Lassard, Howard Hessman entering the fray. Freaking love Howard Hessman, but your thoughts on him?
Absolutely. I was so excited when I saw his name in the credits. I'm like, yes, fantastic. It was such a great choice. Like,
oh yeah.
And I loved that he was one of the squad. Like, he definitely, at the end where he was dismissed and he's putting Mahoney undercover and then trying to save him from, impending doom from the gang.
What I find funny apparently is Howard Hessman kind of regretted doing this film.
Really?
They asked him back for the third one, but he was like, no, I shouldn't have even done the second one. So no. I mean, obviously too, at the time he's got like Head of the Class coming out as well. So, I mean, he's a busy actor, but I mean, he played a guy knowing that he was on the clock, that his job was basically on the clock if things didn't go the way he needed them to go. He played that anxious, little kind of manic at times, like he was on edge. And I think that came across fairly well. George Gaines, smaller role, returning as Commandant Lassard, the older brother of Captain Lassard. It's so good to see him back in this.
Can't believe they fried his fish.
That was the second funniest scene. After the karate scene, that was the second funniest scene.
They fried his fish.
But if anyone was going to do it, it was going to be Commandant Lassard.
Yeah.
Peter Van Norden playing Officer Stuhlman. This is the less than clean partner for Mahoney. Your thoughts on him?
Oh. Oh, yeah. He was eating in every scene and unclean. The whole, from the moment that the cat litter scene just kind of got me, and then he's finding candy bars on the road and picking them up, and yeah.
I mean, is it me, or is the best thing about Stuhlman's scenes not Stuhlman himself but Lou, the
dog.
Newfoundland dog?
You know what though, I can see why they teamed him up with Mahoney.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And yet, doesn't it show Mahoney's character that he was still so kind to him, and that they got along so well, even though he was a little questionable.
Eked out, but I mean, this is a one-note character, right? It's gross out humor.
Yeah.
It's basically like he's a walking, talking garbage pail kid is what Stuhlman is.
Oh God.
and you can't tell me I'm wrong on that one.
I don't disagree. No.
But that dog though.
Oh,
that dog was so good. Lou was a good boy. By the way, the dog who played Lou, his name is Kodiak.
Aw, love it.
Which apparently, that dog, again, this is according to IMDb, is actually a hero dog because he alerted his owner of an impending fire or something like that. So the Newfoundland Breed Association of America honored Kodiak.
Aw.
So yeah, Lou's a hero dog.
Oh, I love that.
Lance Kinsey, who played Proctor. This is Mauser's idiot. This is his number one. Your thoughts on him?
Well, he comes back, doesn't he? He's in the next few movies. So I definitely recognized him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he's an ongoing character.
But your thoughts on him, though?
The haircut. I mean, he was so necessary, because you need kind of that humor to balance out just how evil, his partner is.
For the record, we're going to be talking about Lance Kinsey a lot over the next few weeks because he's in Police Academy 2, the movie we're talking about now, Police Academy 3, Police Academy 4, Police Academy 5, and Police Academy 6, but he doesn't go to Moscow in the 7th one.
They go to Moscow?
Yes, they do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're in for a trip here, aren't we? But I think the problem with Proctor in this is that he's just played to be dumb. But it's not consistent. There's the scene where he's looking at the window and Mauser's kind of laying out how things are going to go, and he's just like not getting it. But then we don't see that dumbness later on.
Yeah. I think maybe because it was the first introduction movie, but he really does find his own.
Yeah. But there's the thing, right? If you're going to bring people in and you're going to keep bringing them back, develop them over time. I get it. But here, he was an uneven character. Like, Mauser developed. No worries whatsoever. We know exactly who and what and why he is. Proctor, at times, it's like, is he a moron? And at other times, he is Copeland to Blanks. He's the little dog going, whatever you say, boss, whatever you say, boss, whatever you say, boss. Tim Kazurinsky, who played Sweet Chuck, this was the shop owner that constantly kept getting hit up by the gang or hurt or whatever the case. Your thoughts on him?
I love his security system, especially when it got to like the final, like zapping, I don't know, electric fence, the curling, I don't know, wired fence, barbed wired fence.
I almost want to go back and watch this film again with a stopwatch because I want to know what takes longer. Sweet Chuck closing up for the night or Tackleberry and Kirkland disarming?
Well, I would say definitely closing up shop for the night.
See, I don't know. I don't know. Those two were armed to the teeth. And also, what's more dangerous?
Yes.
Because both are equal levels of terror.
Yet they trashed his shop.
Okay, they didn't mean to. Okay, no, they meant to. They, in their own clumsy police academy way, that shop had no chance whatsoever. But it was also, too, when Kirkland pulls out the semi-automatic and starts shooting everything, and you just see Tackleberry looking at her and looking at the gun like, you're awesome. Yeah. That was the look. It's like, not like, I can't believe you're doing this. They're like, you're really cool.
It's like, that's hot.
That is. Yeah. Like, literally, he popped a gun boner at that point.
Oh, dear.
That was not the muzzle of a pistol in his pants. He was happy to see the machine gun. I mean, her. I mean, the machine gun. I mean, her.
Her with the machine gun.
Yes. Finally, we get Bobcat Goldthwait, who plays Zed, the gang leader. I'm going to let you take it away because I know you were waiting for this one. And there go my ears. And there go your ears. And I'm sorry.
I freaking I love this character. I love that they introduce him. I actually was kind of surprised at the end of the movie that his turn didn't come yet.
What do you mean his turn didn't come?
He becomes one of the police officers.
Oh, the turn for his character.
The turn for his character.
Yeah, that's a little bit further down the road. But
I know.
You have to arrest him. That's the thing.
I was disappointed that like the turnabout of his character wasn't in this movie.
You gotta wait.
I know.
You gotta wait.
I'm waiting for it.
I know you're waiting for it. But I think the cool thing about this is that you don't want to bring someone in. Because, I mean, you mentioned earlier that the film had a bit of a grittier Hill Street Blues kind of vibe, right? Like almost like a 70s cop show kind of vibe where they're trying to take it a little bit more seriously. But this isn't that film. And it's not supposed to be that film. So you don't want to bring in some baddie who's actually going to be menacing, is actually going to take it seriously. You want someone to be, for lack of a better term, a cartoon villain.
Yeah.
You want someone to be straight up Saturday morning all over this.
And he was like the perfect match to the shopkeep. You know, the scenes where he just goes up and like Buddy was at the bank machine, and he knew at that point, he knew he's handing over his cash.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, and the combination of Zed and Sweet Chuck on screen at the same time, both like screaming at each other, one in just insanity and one almost in terror. Those two pair up so well. Mm-hmm. And I know they pair up later on in the series, but I just love the chemistry between the two.
Oh, I was so freaking excited to see them match up in this movie because I'd never actually seen this movie. So when I saw that these two characters that you get to know later, I know I can't talk about them too much, but I was like, okay, this is where it starts. This is good. I think I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. Like I wanted more.
But again, at that point, you're pulling away from Mahoney's plot to try to take Zed down, but you're also pulling away from the B plot of Tackleberry and Kirkland.
Okay, but as far as like the baddies that robbed his shop, that wasn't Bobcat's direct gang. That was, I mean, they might have been in the same gang, but they were the two other guys.
Yeah, the gang dynamics in the city are never really explained.
Yeah, help me out with that because, and they kind of alluded to it when Mahoney dressed up and they were like, well, where are you from? You know? So clearly there's different gangs or different like
so Bobcat
East Side, West Side.
Zed is head of what's called the Scullions. So that's when Mahoney in Undercover meets up with Mojo and Flacco, they're part of the Scullions. So that's where, but clearly there are other gangs and other, little mini crime syndicates in and around this, part of town. Like, yes, this is the part of town you do not want to get off on the highway and find yourself in locking the doors and driving back onto the highway as fast as humanly possible. But
in a rented Mitsubishi.
Not that this has happened to us, but just saying. For the record, too, that this film was also made in LA as opposed to Toronto, like the first one.
Ah.
So I wonder if we were in that neighborhood. But still.
That's why it brought back some memories.
But I think the thing here is that the gang dynamic in the city is it's a paper thin description, right? All we know is Zed heads up this one gang and that's it. And they walk around and they do crazy things, not necessarily terrible things, but just great. They're rebels. They are ne'er-do-wells. It's not like a crazy mafia kind of crime thing. It's just chaos.
Right. They're more like general looting and more like to scare people. They had that fear factor. Whereas when Mahoney was, I don't know, undercover, he was like actually bashing things. He was actually like vandalizing.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. He needed to be undercover, which is probably why it's a good thing that Jones was there to see him. So he got the idea pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, maybe this is part of the script problem in that they're trying to walk two different lines here. You're trying to walk the comedy line that made the first Police Academy film the hit that it was. But then you also want to add depth and a little bit of grit to it and give some of these characters a little bit of meat on the bone of their script. And I don't know this film walks both lines equally in a way that benefits. Like, First Police Academy, everything is very centralized to the academy itself until the riot happens. Here, there's a lot going on and not a lot is explained. And I found in some cases, it felt like they were quick cutting out of some of the scenes and gags. Like, I know they wanted to keep this down to like that hour and a half time length, that perfect time length for a comedy film. Because you don't want it to drag and you don't want to be too short. But did you find that in some scenes it felt rushed?
I could see that. I guess I just appreciated like, okay, we get the gist of this scene. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was maybe because they tried to do a bit too much with it.
Maybe you pull out a gag or something like that. You pull something out in order to be able to let a couple other things breathe. Like, do you think this needed more explanation of the Z factor and the Scullions and what they're doing to the city? Do you think we needed to see more of the precinct's effort to try to bring down the gangs? Or should this have lent more into the comedy aspect?
I don't know. I think maybe we should just accept it for what it is and just enjoy it as it was a funny movie. Some running gags, some new comedy thrown in. Definitely.
Oh, Sweet Chuck's like the ultimate running gag through this whole film.
Definitely a new love story.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Yeah, I really don't. I think any further expectation is putting too much expectation on a funny movie.
And maybe a little bit too much thought into something called Police Academy 2.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's come time to drop our MVP. So, Carrie, in the first film, your MVP, of course, was Marion Ramsey playing Hooks. Who's your MVP of Police Academy 2?
The shopkeep.
Oh, Tim Kazurtsky, Sweet Chuck.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He was so funny. He was so funny. I was so cheering for him. I'm like, you know what? Especially when he had the broken arm and he turned and hit the guy with it. Yeah.
Well, you also love slapstick comedy, though.
I do.
Right? Carrie is literally the person for whom Ball in the Groin is for. Because she will laugh every single time. Ball in the Groin has a ball in the groin. See? Even the very mention of ball to nut is going to bring laughter to her.
It brings me joy.
As long as it's not balls to my nuts, then we're okay.
Right?
Because that will not bring me joy.
No.
That will bring me stitches.
That would bring tears.
It would bring tears. Don't make me cry. Do you really want to hurt me?
I don't think I could laugh if I saw you getting hit in the nuts. I don't. I mean, maybe at first I'd giggle.
You're already laughing at the idea of me getting hit in the nuts with the ball. Oh, dear.
What's wrong with me?
This is why we don't let her play sports, dear listeners. This is why we don't let her play sports. All right. So last episode, my MVP was George Gaines, Commandant Lassard. Not this time. I'm going with Tackleberry. David Graff is my MVP.
I saw that coming.
The B plot is the more interesting story of this film. Now, next week, dear listeners, we continue on our journey with Police Academy 3. But until that time, you guys know the drill. If there is a movie out there that you think is unfairly maligned or is so bad that there is no way in a crime-infested city that we can find anything good to say about it, hit us up on social media at NotThatBadcast or go to our website at NotThatBadcast.com. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to the page, because that way when we have new posts come out and new episodes, you get notified immediately. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is It's Not That Bad, a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.